The president has less than 10 days to set up a tribunal to investigate bribery allegations against a sitting judge of the Supreme Court in what is likely to be an explosive judicial process. The tribunal may, however, be rendered useless if a ruling on the retirement age that affects Justice Philip Tunoi rules against him.
The bribery allegations leveled against the man who decides which way the law swings has kicked off a judicial storm in the country. The man at the center of the bribery allegations, Geoffrey Kiplagat, the radio journalist who stands the corridors of justice with his 2 million shillings bribery claim, the man at Nairobi Governor's office, John Osogo, the man who allegedly fixed the entire scheme, Nairobi businessman Mike Njeru, and others. Legal experts say the unfolding drama at the highest court on the land could turn into one of the biggest judicial processes the country has witnessed in the recent past. The nearest the judiciary came under serious scrutiny was the resignation of Chief Justice Bernard Chunga. Chunga was forced out after a dramatic show, quitting 1 week after maintaining he was not stepping down. So what exactly will the Justice Tunoi tribunal be seeking to do?
The Constitution provides that a judge must conduct himself in a manner that is beyond reproach. So if a judge has contact with persons who have matters before him, then that is not proper. It is unethical, it is professionally not allowed. So the first thing they may want to look at is the communication.
A judicial service committee had recommended the setting up of a tribunal on the basis that the judge could have conducted himself improperly and wanted the bribery allegations against the judge probed further.
The next thing that has not been established is whether money changed hands and if that money influenced the position of not only that judge but the entire bench.
It was in this church in Westlands where Justice Philip Tunoi was to meet 3 people: John Osogo from the governor's office, Geoffrey Kiplagat, the convener of the meeting, and Nairobi businessman Mike Njeru. After the morning service, the judge did not meet either of them. The judge later sent a text message to Geoffrey Kiplagat telling him he was unable to meet him. It was the second time in many days the judge was declining to have a meeting with the 3. But those allegations and more might be rendered useless if a court ruling decides against Justice Tunoi.
Which would then mean that anything that has happened from the point he was supposed to have retired to Friday, when the ruling will be delivered, amounts to nothing. Which would then mean that even the decision which was arrived at by the Judicial Service Commission to recommend that the president form a tribunal to investigate him will also be rendered nugatory. In which case, and this will be a tragedy, Kenyans will not have an opportunity to really know what transpired between Justice Tunoi and Evans Kidero.
The judge has contested the decision to have him retired because of age. Indeed, if the judge decides to contest the Court of Appeal ruling, then the matter will now be placed before the very bench that wanted him investigated, the Supreme Court. Legal pundits say the burden of proof now shifts from the man who accuses the judge of bribery claims to the judge now at the center of a legal tussle.
Scheduled to the Judicial Service Act of 2011 provides that the kind of evidence that the tribunal is not, they are not in a corner where they have to follow the strict rules of evidence. They can accommodate as many things that are well beyond what the Evidence Act may actually provide for, so long as that at the end of the day they're able to prove.
If he is to fight, he has to disprove the contents of the affidavit by Kiplagat. He has to be able to demonstrate that he was not even at that scene that was described by Kiplagat.
Denson Sarigo, KTN Prime.